everyone. Welcome to week 13 now of the Mike Borowski Group Market Minutes.
Week 13, here we go. Exciting week. We had a few accepted offers, one out in Kansasville. I think both of our listings that we had go live went under contract.
They sure did. We
And
did
then-
get another listing up and out for this weekend coming up.
Yeah, anyone looking to purchase a commercial building that Bayview Shade and Blinds is currently in off of Forest Home?
It's on Forest Home. Yep.
Forest Home Ave. Check that out. It's got a huge garage in the back, a lot of nice recent updates to the building. Should check it out. Anyone that's looking to move their business somewhere, the price on that is how much again? $430?
$420.
$420,000, and that beautiful building could be yours. So reach out to us. We got a potential listing coming up in Cudahy in the next week or two, one in Muskego as well, one in Franklin. Sellers are calling in droves right now, so very excited to present those opportunities to you.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah. So what would you like to discuss today?
Well, today, Mike, I am wondering kind of how you got started in real estate.
Okay.
And through that journey, what took you to building a real estate team?
That's probably pretty important for you buyers and real estate agents that might be watching this video. Trying to figure out maybe how I am having success and trying to duplicate it. So let me just explain my background. So I was a tax accountant for a bunch of years prior to jumping into this business. I ended up getting into this business maybe 7-8 years ago as a part-time real estate agent while doing full-time taxes over at Kohl's Corporation. And I noticed when I started working as a part-time real estate agent, the struggle just trying to make your name in this business. When you're in a multiple offer situation, there's listing agents that I remember dealing with 7-8 years ago that are still around today, and they had really good names then. They had no clue who I was, so I wasn't doing any anything positive for my clients when we were writing these offers. And don't get me wrong, we were getting good results, but there's been a few times where I know that I was beaten out because the other agent had a better reputation, less hand-holding, if you will. I got to the point where it just made more sense financially to quit my full-time job that I was spending a lot of time and effort at, and I was making almost as much money doing real estate, working maybe 25-50% of the effort. And that was year 2, possibly year 3. It was right around when my daughter was born. And I decided to go all in real estate and went full time. And let me tell you, I did not stop. I don't even know what the word to say here is. I hit the ground running. I took that scary moment and made it into my why. That first year that I went full time, and I think I went full time in like March. So it was a partial year. And I sold over 74 properties my first year as a full-time agent, which is really good. It's actually spectacular. Your average real estate agent only sells what, 10 properties a year, maybe?
If even.
Yeah.
When you're that new, it's hard to get that many properties under your belt in 1 year.
Yep.
So that's very impressive.
And I think agents that have been around forever, they're lucky if they do 10 or 15 deals a year, which is really good. So my first year sold over 70 properties, and it's been gung-ho ever since. Some of the struggles that I noticed early on in my career as a full-time real estate agent was, and it's something I didn't really realize until kind of looking back and reminiscing more as of late. But once again, I was losing out a lot of opportunities just because I wasn't experienced enough. The work effort was there for sure. The willingness to learn, all there. Willing to go to bat for my client, always. It was the reputation that I did not have yet. And I noticed that right away, losing out multiple offer situations. So I had to get creative. I had to figure out ways to get our offers to stand out. And naturally, over time, I just kept adding little wrinkles into my briefcase. And a lot of those wrinkles we still use today, and we're we're adding other ones. I'm always taking a look at what other agents are doing when writing offers and trying to take some of their ideas and then twist it, bend it, and make it our own. So the next year that I went full time, I think I ended up selling 110 properties, which was really good. The year after that, so the second and third years when things started getting really easy to get these offers accepted, my reputation started building credibility amongst other real estate agents. I wasn't known as an agent that was difficult to deal with, which is super important. So year 2 as a full-time agent was like 110 plus properties. Year 3, 121. Last year, no, it was 2 years ago. So year 4 would have been 130, and then last year we sold 154. And then what does our team have already this year? 40. We gotta be over 50.
We're over 50 at
Yeah.
this point.
So the team's over 50. I think I'm probably over 30 already.
Yeah, you're definitely over 30.
Okay, so I've already got 30 properties under contract or that are in the process of selling or have been sold. And that's tough in these multiple offer markets that we're in right now. If any agent's doing, I would say 40 deals a year, you're having a great year because of the environment we're in. It's tough to win these multiple offer situations. And that's something that needs to be pointed out as well.
Oh, yes.
Let's see, what else do I have for notes here?
So you've been an agent, you've built up your reputation.
Yes.
And then at that point, so what was kind of your next step?
Next step was, so the last 2-3 years, I've had a lot of buyers and sellers. When they're interviewing me and I'm interviewing them, boy, it sounds like you're really busy. You got enough room on your plate? And I do. I'm very structured and organized when it comes to working with clients. But I knew I was probably missing out on some deals because clients felt like I was just getting way too busy or I had too much on my plate. And to me, that was kind of the writing on the wall. So 2 years ago is when I came up with the idea of, I really need to somehow figure out how to build a team. And, the first thing that agents do is always add a real estate partner where they can share leads with. So that's what I did 2 years ago. And it really helped because as clients were coming in, I was able to leverage someone else's help to help me service those clients. And then, it wasn't working out too well. It wasn't well thought out. I think that's everyone's main thing is just, okay, let's get another real estate agent and let's start servicing clients. So last year, incredibly busy right after COVID. I knew that I needed to get a more structured team in place in order to help better serve clients. And don't get me wrong, I serve clients very, very well. But there's better ways to enhance that service, which is what I'm really trying to do now, which is why Sam's here with me now. But I got so busy last year with COVID that I never had a chance to implement any of those plans that I had in my head because I sold over 150 properties last year. So we got Sam in when?
I started October.
In October. So near the end of the year when things kind of slow down and we started implementing things, we're hiring people. We got new systems in place. And that was the next step to the evolution, was actually building a team. And it wasn't the team that most real estate agents think on how to build a team, which is you hire an agent. No, you hire a Sam first, then you hire a transaction coordinator, you hire another assistant, and then you start adding other agents to your team. But the main thing there for agents that are kind of wondering how to take your game to the next level, if you will, is hiring admin. So what are the first 2 hires?
Admin and
Wait, say it.
ISA.
No, admin. It's admin. And your second hire is an admin, which is what we're trying to do right now. So we are kind of out of order.
We
right
did
now.
go out of order.
Yes.
That's right. Because our second hire was the ISA.
And that's my fault because I'm cheap. So we're in the process of trying to hire another admin to enhance customer service on weekends as well during the weekdays. So, but what led to this this team environment is, I'm only one person. I'm stretched way too thin. I'm constantly being tugged in every single direction. And I want to enhance service by having team members in place to take phone calls, to help write offers. You got to think of a team as where I'm the surgeon, right? And then Sam over here is the nurse, prepping everything, getting ready to go into surgery. That way I can just walk in, write the offer, and then send it over and get the results that we all want. That's how a team works. There's a lot of good teams out there right now. And there's a lot of agents out there that, because I was one of them. I was one of those agents that worked really, really good, super organized. And I always had room on my plate. So, for those agents that are kind of in that 60, 70, 80 transaction mark, if you feel like you're losing some opportunities, it might be because the perception that you're spread too thin. So it might be up to you guys to figure out a way to add more leverage to your plate. That way you come off as having better customer service or more time to serve others. I was one of those agents.
Yeah. And the other advantage for our buyers and sellers out there is if you decide to work with a team, you have, excuse me, I don't know what is going on with my voice right now. Not only do you have the expertise that comes with Mike and all of his years of service, but someone is always available to answer a question.
That's the most important part. Can't get a hold of me. There's somebody
here
monitoring emails. Sam's taking calls. Rena's taking calls.
Yep.
Tony's taking calls.
Yep.
So that's the important thing, is communication service. It allows me to work with more clients and serve, get out in the community, volunteer, do all those cool things where maybe a solo agent's struggling. And, buyers, I listen, I understand, same with sellers. So buyers and sellers, I understand your concern about maybe not having enough capacity to take more business on. So that's probably the reason why you'd want to work with a team over an individual agent. That's just my advice. Definitely our team is very reputable. We get a lot of offers accepted. Clearly the results speak for themselves. And that's really it. So that's the importance of working with a team.
Yep. Let us serve you better.
That's correct. So that concludes today's video.
It does. Thank you for joining us for week 13.
Please reach out. This is Mike Borowski with the Mike Borowski Group of Homestead Realty. Cheers.
We'll see you later, guys.